It's the next generation. It's the evolution of the HP laptop with their brand new model, and it is fully loaded. The most popular selling size. It's sleek, slim, stylish, and so full of great designer features. Hey, it's reliable performance on the go with extended battery life, beautiful backlit display, and the power to do more. Whether it's working or playing with the latest AMD processor inside, the AMD Radeon graphics as well for high performance on all your entertainment. It just gives you the get up and go. Yeah, it might be work, it might be using the included Word or Excel or PowerPoint. Hey, that fast charge technology is awesome when you need to boost it a little bit. All the latest generation ports, and of course the HP Wow that we are so famous for. If you are joining us a little later today, we have sold thousands of these, primarily because it's $349.99. It's officially the lowest priced laptop of the entire year. This is better than Black Friday will be. One day and one day only. We maxed out on the FlexPay. Our most generous FlexPay offering brings it home for under $60, and of course we pay the shipping and handling. Before we get into it, I just want to stress, because there's been a lot of excitement surrounding this. I bought mine at midnight when Aaron launched this with the lovely Shannon, because we needed a new laptop at home. Everybody's always scrambling for that one computer that we have. This is a laptop that comes not only with all the latest technology features, for the first time ever, it comes with brand new things. Firstly, Office 365. It's included at this price. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you get the lot. Not only do you get that, you get HP Smart Friend. What's that all about? Well, that's this. Folks, if you're like me, a little bit clumsy, actually useless is what I have been called in the past, we're gonna protect you for a whole year of accidental damage against drops and spills, cracked screens, broken hinges, and so much more. How about tech support? A year with 24/7 access to an HP professional. We've never had that combo before on HSN. The value of that, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, there's no doubt about it. Just the Smart Friend 1 year service is $180 alone. So as we dive in for the final presentation, let's think graduation gifts. Let's think somebody who is taking that next step in their career. Let's think about a family at home who is fed up of sharing that one computer. Your son always wants to be on ABC Mouse. Your daughter wants to be online, on Instagram. You want to be just surfing the net for that next summer vacation. This is a fabulous opportunity to treat yourself. I'll quickly go over the quantities in terms of what's left. Pale gold, which is just very classy. I mean, really gorgeous. 500, that's it. So we expect this to be sold out within the first, I would say 30 minutes or so. We do have a white, which is really nice, less than 1,000 in the white. And then the color that we chose at home is the silver. The silver is right at the end, that sleek, lively, bright silver. There's a lot to get to. I would ask a favor though, if you ordered this today, I told you why I ordered it. It's the first new laptop I've bought in a fair few years, actually, probably 4 years from the network. Tell me why you bought yours and who you bought it for. 1-866-376-8255. Our good friend who makes everything, even the most impossible things, impossible. $349?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I wish I could take credit for that one. That's definitely way above my grade, but I would just take advantage of it.
I mean, the tech support,
yeah.
The accidental damage,
yep.
Microsoft Office.
Windows S mode, so you can't get a virus on this computer, so now you don't have to buy antivirus. It doesn't get any better. I mean, you said, it is the best price, the lowest price we've ever done on an HP Today special computer. HP, the #1 computer manufacturer in the entire country. So it's not as though we've gone out and scoured the shelves to find the computers that nobody wanted and said, hey, we'll give you a heck of a deal on this. We're giving you a heck of a deal on the #1 computer brand in America, the top selling computer brand at HSN. And it's not just HP. It's HP plus Windows, of course. This is a Windows PC, the #1 operating system in the world. This is Windows in S mode. So this computer, one of the first times I've ever been able to say this about any computer I've sold.
Say it.
Cannot catch a virus. Cannot catch malware or spyware or ransomware or bots or Trojans or worms. Those things don't exist to us. You know what else? It's one of the fastest computers you've ever seen. I just closed it. I know, you knew I closed it already, but it leads into something. Now I just opened it.
The drama.
You know,
The drama of all this.
How I was able to set that up. It's why I sit where I sit and not any higher. So here's the thing. Usually, you know, when you close a computer like that, you're like, oh man. Remember, if anybody's ever been mad at you and closed your computer? Not that I've ever had an argument where that's happened, but if it had, it usually takes a while for your computer to turn back on. Here, that's not the case because this is solid state technology as well. No moving parts in here. The computer,
which is the way of the future.
It is. It is the way of the future. A lot of us haven't been able to afford the future until today. It is a more expensive technology because it makes your computer lighter. It makes your computer faster. It allows you to have a longer battery life. And then one other really quick thing, and then we'll go back through all of this slowly, but I do want to just right off the bat, especially for those of you who want to get a specific color while we have all three colors, I want to give you the key points. My computer is connected to your television. I usually do this 45 minutes into my presentation, but I would imagine a lot of people are looking at the price and going, but can it ... Can it run multiple programs? Can it really do a good job with the Microsoft Office suite? How is the webcam? What about video? So let me just show you. This is the webcam that's built in. This is a high definition HP TrueVision webcam. Look at it, for Pete's sake. I mean,
you're looking good, Aaron. I'm not gonna lie, you're looking good.
Go on. It's the camera here. It's such high quality. The colors play back so brilliantly and so true. And even the neutrals behind me, you see they're not cast with a yellow or with a brown tinge to them at all. They are TrueVision for a reason. That's why it's called TrueVision. But the real kind of genius in this computer is that while we're using a $350 computer to broadcast to about 100 million homes, pretty impressive for a not premium priced computer, I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 programs. 8 programs up and running all at the same time. So the video isn't slow. In fact, I'll just pull the video over here and make it full screen for you. Beautiful video running at the same time that I have the webcam up and running. I've got the Microsoft Store where you can download all your music and your apps and your games. I've got Netflix up and running. I even have Paint 3D. Paint 3D is a program that's built in, that's included with Windows 10. And look what I'm doing. You can actually edit and create and manipulate 3-dimensional objects. That's all while, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 8 programs are all running, and all of that is running quickly.
And for many of us, we don't have that experience. And for most of us, we get up and we go to our laptop, and it's slow. It takes a long time to get onto it. And then when you want to go onto Netflix, you were just waiting and waiting and waiting, or you try and do multiple programs like Aaron did there, and it's a challenge. This is the 2019 model that just got unveiled. We have it on HSN at our lowest price ever. I find myself keeping on going back to some of the basics, because even for me, when I was watching at midnight, when I made that buying decision to buy it from Aaron and I was going to say Aaron and Sharon, because
the dark-haired one, my Shanny.
Aaron and Sharon, it sounds like a show I'd watch. But Aaron and Shannon, the reason was because at $349, it's extraordinary. You're looking for a laptop for you, for work, for play. You got it. I mean, really. And again, a year of accidental damage against drops and spills from HP. A year of tech support from HP 24/7. You also get Office 365, Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint. That's included as well. So there's so many extras at $349 and change. So it really is affordable to actually get it home and say, I want to try this out for myself. And listen, if you just want to use it for, take it for a test spin, you can do that with our 30-day return policy. Doesn't matter whether you're buying a lipstick or electronics, it all is backed by our no quibble return policy that we're so proud of in HSN. We're busy. If you want the gold, now fewer than 400 before complete sellout. 100 sold in the past 10 minutes in this color. So gold will not last much longer. This is the final presentation of the day. Let's go to Utah and welcome on in this evening. Kelly, welcome to the show. You're live with Aaron and Adam. How are you tonight?
I'm doing just fine. How are you guys?
Good. We're happy to speak to a friendly voice. Tell us, Kelly, what kind of captured your attention about our today's special?
No viruses, no Trojanware, nothing to worry about as far as operations on it. Can you tell me what S mode means? How do you know when you're in S mode?
Great question.
So that is a great question, Kelly. This computer is in S mode when you get it. So you don't, there's no sort of being in S mode, it's already there. When you turn the computer on, it's in S mode.
Right.
It's already protected, it's already ready to go. Now you can I don't recommend this, but I want to say it, just sort of a full disclosure. If you want to leave S mode, you can make that decision to do so one time, and it will just move Windows 10 forever out of S mode. S mode is kind of a locked down version. So it is the safest way you can use your computer. It is the most secure way you can use your computer. And all of the apps, all of the movies, all of the music, all of the good stuff that's on the Windows store is available to you, already pre-vetted and protected from viruses, spyware, malware, all the things that you mentioned.
Well, that sounds great. I'm not going to take it out of S mode.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. For most users, you know, it's not necessarily what I'd recommend.
Oh, Kelly, we're thrilled that you got it. What color did you choose?
I got the silver.
Awesome. Same as me. Same as me. Kelly will get it sent straight to you. Enjoy it. Thank you for shopping with us.
Well, thank you for being there for me.
Thank you,
Thanks, Kelly. Nice call.
I mean, maybe that is something that really we need to kind of focus in on. I was well aware of this because we've done it previously, but it's important for those of you that have not seen this technology. This cannot get a virus. For many of us, we are so distraught with our technology because it is just bogged down with viruses and malware and Trojans, and it crashes and it freezes, and our experience is just hindered every single time. This laptop, perhaps the lowest priced laptop you've ever bought, cannot get a virus. You do not need to buy virus protection for this laptop. In fact, we're going to do this final hit tonight without even mentioning virus protection, because you don't need to buy a virus protection software. It cannot get a virus. And I think for many of us, whether it's those of us at home who feel vulnerable and we don't want our important documents or photos or videos getting hacked into, or maybe you're giving this to a son or daughter going to college, university, and you want to make sure that the experience is stress-free and hassle-free for them, this is a great gift for that somebody going to school or that graduate, because they don't have to worry about it. Now we have to add in the savings, because obviously virus protection is typically, $50, $60, $100 per year. With this, there is none, so there is no fee. So bear that in mind. Less now than $370 if you want the gold. So we will be calling the gold sold out shortly. There is no advanced order or extended delivery. The gold is fabulous, but don't forget we have white, and the color that I picked up this morning, the same as Kelly, is that gorgeous silver. It's one of the lightest, brightest silvers we've done. It looks fabulous. Aaron, this weighs virtually nothing.
Yeah, it weighs 3.2 pounds to be specific, and every host that has sat next to me today has gone on and on about it, because I have gotten a little spoiled. I've just kind of gotten used to it all day. I'm like, yeah, it's nothing. My tennis elbow isn't kicking in. I can hold it like this all day long. But every host I've had has made such a deal out of that, because you expect your computer to just be a little more unwieldy. I will tell you, for any Silver Surfers, seniors who might be watching and thinking about this tonight, I think this is a great computer for seniors for many reasons. One of which is tend to be very security conscious, and you absolutely should be. And so you don't have to worry about viruses and spyware and malware and people getting into their computer. Also, because the lightness of it does make it a little bit more easy just to maneuver. So if you have any sort of dexterity issues, just having a lighter weight computer is more comfortable for a lot of people. And Windows 10 is so easy to use. If you're thinking about upgrading, what are some reasons to upgrade? Why upgrade your computer? Kind of as a general thought. If your computer is slow, if your computer doesn't multitask well. You saw a few minutes ago, I had, I think, 8 or 9 programs running at one time, and I'm talking about video programs running at one time, and I'm talking about Microsoft Office programs running, some pretty power-intensive things going. So multitasking, certainly speed, if your computer slows down, if it's not quick on the internet. How about the battery life of your computer? A lot of people complain that, my battery, I don't know, it lasted 4 hours when I first got it, and now it lasts 2.5 hours, and I plug it in, and it takes 3 hours for it to charge. This computer has a 10-hour battery life, so your new computer will have a 10-hour battery life, and I like this part too. It has something called HP Fast Charge in it, and that means it charges to 50% full, which happens to be 5 hours in only 45 minutes. So even if you did forget to plug it in last night, you can plug it in before you go to work while you take a shower, and or in your layover in the airport. If you get even 15 or 20 minutes, you get a couple hours of charge really, really fast. So I think that's another, just a great creature comfort that's built in. Oh, another one. Can we turn the lights down? Is that cool?
Sure.
Okay, Daniel's been running to the lighting board for me all day, but Daniel's not in the studio right now, so I don't know how the lights go off if Daniel's not here, but we'll find out in a minute. Oh, because Jenna does it. That's how. Thank you, Jenna. Here's the deal. There's a backlit keyboard on this, and I want to show you specifically because it's hard to see the white against white, which is so cool. Is really hard to see in the dark until you, hang on, turn the lights on. So look at backlit keyboard means any environment you're in. I'm just going to turn this around for a minute so you can see we're basically in total dark here, but you can see how bright that keyboard is. So if you're lying in bed at night, if you're on an airplane, if you have kids in high school, grade school, high school, or college especially, where professors might turn the lights out. Wow, now we really turn the lights are off. So there you can barely see that HP logo when I catch it. But look how bright the keyboard still is.
This is an upgrade. You know, it's funny, you don't realize how useful it is until you, look there now, if that was your laptop at nighttime and you can't see the keys, it's hard to navigate around. So many laptops don't have it. You know, I was cautious about saying what I'm about to say because Aaron and I have great laptop deals all the time, but I do want to stress one of the benefits of this job is that I can be hands-on with every single item. In the past 4 or 5 years, this is the very first new laptop I've purchased, the first new one. It's been 4 or 5 years since I bought a previous laptop from HSN, and we've done fabulous ones, don't get me wrong, but I saw this launch, we needed a new laptop at home, we needed an extra laptop at home. I couldn't say no to $349, and I don't know anybody who's watching right now across the United States, whether you're watching us on the HSN mobile app, on hsn.com, or on your cable channel, I cannot imagine anybody not thinking the same as I did when Aaron started to talk about it last night. He did that type of thing. He showed the backlit keyboard. He talked about the fast charge. He talked about that it cannot get a virus. He talked about that this is the next generation of laptop that weighs, you know, like 3 pounds or so. He talked about the fact that this is the best-selling size, which allows for great real estate space when you're watching or creating, but also allows for fabulous portability. And then when Aaron and Shannon said that Microsoft Office with your Word and Excel and PowerPoint and Outlook are all included, I said, okay, now you're getting me. Then when he said...
I did a good job.
You did a wonderful job.
Keep going. Tell me what else I said. I was good last night.
It was on fire.
I was.
Then when Aaron told me that you get the year of tech support from HP, not a third-party HP.
That is a big difference.
You call HP 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You've got questions, you need help, they're there to help you. Guys, that's expensive. We've paid for it. It's included. And then the accidental damage protection, not 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It's 12 months. You drop it, you spill coffee on it, you crack the screen, you break the hinges. They will repair or replace it. So when you add this and you add that and you add that, that's why we're so busy. And that's why the gold is now fewer than 300. In fact, less than 300. If you're looking to order, the gold is nearly gone. So I'll kind of stop focusing on the gold because I don't want anybody to be mad at me. But if you do want the gold, last chance and last call. This will not be repeated this year. This is our better than Black Friday deal, the lowest price of 2019. Because I'm a bit of a bargain hunter. And so even I typically will, you know, kind of looking ahead, I'll wait till Black Friday because I know Aaron's normally got something up his sleeve. But when he said this last night as well, there is no lower price laptop with all these extras that you're getting this year. White has jumped into second place with now fewer than 700. So we'll just show you the white, about 675 now left in white before sellout. And then, of course, the silver, which is the one I picked up last night, which I just loved. I did the flex pay, and I would ask everybody to take advantage of it. It's one of the many benefits of shopping at HSN. For those that are new, it's a kind of crazy way of thinking about it. Wonderful for you, crazy HSN. We take the lowest price ever in our history, and we split it into 6 easy payments, flexible payments, so you get it home for, at this stage, $58.33 plus tax. We'll even ship it to your door. We've talked about maybe one for mom and dad, for Father's Day, Mother's Day. We've talked about for graduates, those going to school, a new home-based business. We've talked about those of us that are frustrated and tired of making do on something that we can't afford to make do on, because we use our laptops for social media and for fun, for games, for surfing, but we also use it for maybe a home-based business, an online educational course. We can't afford for our laptop to be bogged down with viruses and malware and spyware and freezing and crashing. You see what a good job you did? I'm doing the presentation for you.
I'm mesmerized. I mean, if I had a phone right now, I would be calling in to give a testimonial. Why don't you do that, though? Our favorite thing to do out here is to talk to you guys.
I've given my testimonial.
Well done. I hope I get a raise. I mean, I'm just going to say it. I feel like I did everything right last night if I sold Adam a computer. You know who else owns this computer?
Who?
One very, very much like it, my twin brother. And I'm going to clarify that. I'm going to give you the bad news is he's a Mac user. So he mostly uses a Mac, but he is also a physician, and he works at an emergency room, and their emergency record system that they use, their medical record system, I should say, is Windows-based. So to work from home, he has to have a PC as well. And I think this would be true of many of us. Those of you who are Mac users, there are some things that you can really only do on a Windows-based computer.
Sure.
This is the computer he chose because he didn't have to spend a whole lot of money for it, but he knew that it would be great performance. And he is, I'll say it, he's one of the smartest guys I know. He's absolutely one of the smartest guys I know. And even though he is a Mac user, no, I have an iPhone, but absolutely use a PC every day of my life. And this is the one, so I do mention that for homes that are Mac and PC homes, this is a great PC to have. Sure. Because it's obviously, you know, not your $800-900 laptop, but it's I would put it performance-wise up against a computer 2 to 3 times its cost every day of the week. In fact, let me show you again if I may, and then I want to talk about AMD. Please. After we go into my computer. When you try to multitask on your computer, this is one of the best ways that I can show you, that the performance of the computer, the price is not necessarily indicative of the performance. That's sort of the best way I know to say it. So there's my webcam up and running. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 programs up and running at the same time on this computer. Really strong multitasking. How about video? How about streaming video or playing high definition video while you have multiple other things going on and having your computer really perform? This is the computer that will do that. Now, why does it do that? That begs the question, right? It's not just magic. It's that some really smart people, some really smart engineers have put some of the best technology in the world in this to make it, number 1, easier to use, and number 2, faster and more dependable. So let's talk about AMD for a minute. Okay. What's AMD? Well, you know the name, but did you know AMD powers, for example, the Dreamliner aircraft? You know, one of the marvels of technology of our age is that incredible airplane and the pilots that fly at sea graphics that are all powered by AMD. When you go, if you're lucky enough to be in New York and in Times Square, or you watch on New Year's Eve and you see all those amazing billboards, AMD powers all of those. Why are we saying this? AMD is known as a graphics processor. So when it comes to graphics processing, when we talk about the huge, like the Hollywood, star movies, as Shannon Smith always says, she's a big sci-fi fan. They are made and edited, their special effects are, with AMD chips. Video is indispensable from anything we do online now. Right. So whether you're on Facebook or whether you're doing a search online, whatever it is, there's constantly video that's popping up. If you have an older computer, chances are anytime those little videos pop up, whether it's an ad, whether it's something you didn't want to see, or whether it was a YouTube video that you were searching for, your computer probably blinks, probably slows down a little bit when you get into that video, right? A lot of you, I would imagine, know what I'm talking about. This computer handles that video better because it's a processor that's built for graphics. This is kind of I think a big testament to AMD's name. PlayStation and Xbox, those standalone gaming machines, they use AMD processors. There's nothing harder on your computer than gaming because it's graphics, it's sound, it's input, it's output, all at the same time. They have a plethora of processors to choose from, but they choose AMD. That's what we've chosen to put in the computer that you're choosing today because it handles the graphics so well. One other thing, you saw the video on this already, but I actually want to kind of demonstrate it for you. You might have seen something go across your screen that said accelerated processing unit. Only in AMD computers. No other processor in the world has this. AMD processors have an accelerated processing unit. Stick with me. I promise it's not boring, but you do kind of have to listen. Okay, I mean, I don't think it's boring.
I'm all ears.
Most computers, just listen. Most computers have a central processor and a graphics processor, okay? So most computers have 3 steps, 1, 2, 3 steps from when they think about something to when they get it on the screen. This computer has the central processor and the graphics processor merged together into one chip. So that means instead of it taking 3 steps from thinking about it to getting it on the screen, it takes 1 step. All of a sudden you start to understand, oh, that's why that computer multitasks better. That's why Aaron can do live streaming on that computer and be on his webcam at the same time and it doesn't slow down. Because it's not taking 3 steps with every process you ask it to do. It's taking 1 step with all those graphics processes. It makes for a noticeably faster, smoother computer.
Well, it's a new experience. It is the new model from HP. This isn't last year's model that they're clearing out. It is the new one.
Absolutely.
And we have the lowest price of the year and ever at $349. We're thrilled to see such a wonderful response. This is our final presentation of the day and the last chance to be able to get it. Treat yourself to something that is, for all intents and purposes, so extremely affordable. I mean, really, for a laptop with this type of power, this type of capacity, this type of not only effortless portability, great sound is built into this, beautiful quality screen, true vision webcam, backlit keyboard. I mean, it's got, even look how slim it is. I mean, slither thin. The other note as well to really take home is the fact that this does have our wonderful, wonderful no virus. You know, that's because it's the S mode. And Aaron mentioned that a little bit earlier to Kelly. Kelly asked about it. But Aaron, you know, in fact, let me just address this now because there's people on Facebook Live who are talking as well about S mode. What does it stop? Is it things like pop-ups and adware?
Yes.
Does it do all of that?
That's exactly what it does. It insulates your computer from those sort of really annoying, invasive, intrusive things. So adware, pop-ups, the things that come on your computer and freeze your computer, and you try to exit out, and it won't X away, and then you have to turn your computer off and restart it. Those things go away because those little executable files, is what they're called, never make their way into your computer again. It sort of sets up a blanket of protection or a bubble of protection around your computer. Your computer is no longer vulnerable to threats. It's not vulnerable to viruses. It's not vulnerable to malware. It's not vulnerable to spyware. It's not vulnerable to bots or to Trojans or to keyloggers or to any of those things that make our computer not only less fun to use, but those things also really slow your computer down. One of the reasons you have this really slick speed with this computer is because it's not bogged down by all the junk that other computers aren't protected from.
And that's, for most of us, that's a big, big deal because we've lived with that inconvenience for so long. That won't be the case with this. If you do have any questions, by the way, we do have our Facebook Live streaming right now. If you go to HSN's Facebook page, I can ask Aaron anything that you want. If you've got any issues that are holding you back from making that purchase, things that you need to know before you say yes, of course, we'll be happy to answer them. And if you've just picked this up, tell us why. 1-866-376-8255. Gold, white, or silver. Gold, as we know, down to the final 10% of our quantity before that is completely reserved. Flex pay of $58 to get it home. It's one of those things, Aaron, where, you know, you talk about brands, when it's HP at $349, there is a kick of confidence there knowing they are number one.
There are some things that you want to stick with the premier brands, right? The primary electronics in your house, you probably want to have a TV brand that you really know. You want to have a computer brand that you really know. You have to remember, your computer is the bedrock for all of the other electronics in your house. I don't care what you're setting up, whether you're setting up a baby cam or whether you're setting up a home security system or whether you're setting up a Ring doorbell or whether you're maintaining your smartphone and your tablet. You plug those things into your computer. That's how you share information. That's how you transfer information. It's the hub. And here's the other thing I'll ask you. What do you spend more time on in your house? And I'm not just talking about electronics, than your computer.
The iron.
Iron. You and an iron. I don't believe that for a minute.
I'm a pretty nifty ironer.
Are you?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Would have never in a million years put my... Okay, so when you iron a shirt,
Yeah.
This is going to see if he's telling the truth.
Here we go.
What he doesn't know is I worked in a costume shop for 4 years in college, a theater degree. So my work study was in a costume shop. So when you're ironing a man's shirt, what part of the shirt should you iron first?
Oh, that's well, I know what I iron. I know what I iron first.
What?
I do the sleeves first.
No, the yoke.
Oh,
it's the yoke. I don't know. That's what my mom taught me growing up. That's not really a costume shop thing.
I didn't, so I know the professional way to do it.
We'll spend some time on that together when we're not on air. Yeah.
Anything I could do, he could do better.
Okay, so maybe the iron, maybe your mattress, if you have an ironing thing. But other than that, honest to God, like, what do you might spend 3, 4, 5 hours a day on your computer. So if it's slow, think about how much time you're wasting, how much time you're giving up by sitting and wait. You should never wait on your computer. Your computer should wait on you for the next command.
I just want to pass on a quick message. If you're on the phone right now waiting to speak to us, I promise we're going to get straight to you. We're having a slight technical issue, not for those ordering, but there's somebody I know who's trying to get through with the testimonial. I promise we will get to you. They are letting me know the gold is hanging on by a thread. So folks, last look at that gold. It's not a regular gold, is it? It is, as it's described, a pale gold.
Yeah, and a brushed gold too. And I think that's one of the best things about both the silver and the gold. They're fingerprint friendly. Oh. We've had these computers out all day long. I have not wiped these computers myself, and I haven't seen any of our awesome backstage crew take a cloth to wipe these computers. And normally through the day, that's something we do a lot to keep them looking pretty.
Sure.
Haven't seen that one time today because they are they're a matte finish instead of a polished finish, so they're really fingerprint friendly.
Can we just address the? Listen, I'm excited because this is arriving at my doorstep.
It's fun to talk about this computer, isn't it? No, honestly, I love selling this one.
I was chomping at the bit. I really was.
Well, you bought it, so you were a believer.
I was. You sold me on it, and rightly so, because it doesn't honestly need a lot of selling. This is awesome. If you can, you should. If you need one, you should get this one. We have no other that is, in my humble opinion, better than this offer. There's just so much to get to. So Aaron, as we see this video, it's the HP 14. It's that 14-inch size of screen that continues to be growing in popularity across the world.
You know what I think about it? The reason I think that's true, so the actual most popular screen size in the US, and I believe across the world, though I really don't know for sure, I know in the US, is the 15.6-inch screen, okay? Everybody who sells computers at HSN every week, you know, me and Adam and Shannon and Brett and the people you've seen throughout the day, Colleen, we all walk into this studio and point at this computer and go, oh, that's a 15.6-inch computer. Well, it's not. It's a 14-inch. The reason we think that, something you might have noticed about the computer, it has this micro bezel across the top and across the sides. So the screen appears to be larger than it is, while at the same time, being a little lighter and being a little bit more compact than a 15.6-inch screen, so better to travel with. A question that we've had that I want to answer: is Bluetooth built into this computer? 100% yes, Bluetooth is built in.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so not only is Bluetooth built in, the latest version of Wi-Fi, you know, Wi-Fi AC, the latest version, so it's many times faster than previous internet protocols. Wi-Fi AC is built into the computer as well. So Bluetooth, Wi-Fi AC, and you wouldn't believe this, but I'm gonna show you. No one would have thought this. Do you know how expensive HDMI ports are? A couple years ago, if you configured your own computer, and that was honestly the last time I priced an HDMI port individually, it was about a $150 upgrade. There is an HDMI port. So you can send high definition video and audio with the computer right to your television. One other thing, a lot of thin and light computers, Macs, for example, obviously they're wonderful computers in an entirely different price range than this, but they're wonderful. We sell them at HSN. They often don't have Ethernet ports on them because the body is so thin, the case of the computer is so thin, they often can't put an Ethernet port because it has to be wider. Well, you see how ingeniously HP has solved this problem? With a hinge. They invented the hinge. No, they did not invent the hinge, but they did use it very cleverly here. So if you want to put an Ethernet device in, it's always a little difficult for me to do while I'm holding the computer with one hand and putting it in with the other, but there we go. The Ethernet cable will go right into that Ethernet port. This Ethernet cable that I just put in, I'll show you very briefly, is for PC Mover. PC Mover will help you move your files and your movies and your music and all that stuff from your old computer to your new computer. It's a great way and a really easy way to move things. However, I will tell you, very frankly, while I think it's the easiest and the fastest, even if you don't have PC Mover, one of the things HP SmartFriend does, that technical service that we're including for a year, one of the things they call out in the information that they share about themselves is that they will help you move files from your old computer to your new computer.
Fabulous.
Even if your old computer isn't HP.
Wonderful.
Any old PC and you need help moving them over, they're there to help you with anything you need, including that.
All the barriers are gone. It's going to be so easy to do. You know, if we were to rewind 2 years, 3 years, this would be, I don't know, $800,
Yeah.
$900, $1,000.
Because it's solid state.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be, this is $349. And a quick question, because somebody just asked, Teresa asked, because you know we mentioned that astonishingly you get Microsoft Office included for the first year. I mean, boggles the mind, Word and Excel and PowerPoint, Outlook. Teresa would like to know, how much money is it after the first year?
Oh, that's a great question, and I have to look online to answer that. I think it's between $49 and $99, depending on which version you choose.
Yeah.
But I'll actually just type that in online and I'll answer it in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Your wish is our command, you see. That of course, don't forget, is a wonderful bonus, because typically you'd have to go buy it anyway and you wouldn't get even a year free, so we're including that 1 year free. I want to spend a quick moment on the accidental protection and also the tech support that Aaron just mentioned, because this is money, this is value. This to me was a golden ticket when I bought mine at midnight. Let me explain. We are including official HP accidental damage. So if God forbid there's a drop or a spill, if the hinges God forbid break, the screen breaks, you are protected, will repair or replace. And with a year of HP SmartFriend service, you've got the experts there to answer your questions. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on a toll-free number. It's brilliant. So there's hundreds of dollars of value there in the bonuses that we're sending your way. I'm conscious of time, but I see there's a question. Yes, you in the purple shirt.
Call on me. Ask me that question that you asked me. Go again.
Yes. Teresa wanted to know, how much is it for Microsoft Office going forward?
For Office 365 Personal, which is what this is, and I'm just reading from Microsoft's site right now, so according to their site, $69.99 after the first year. Here's the other thing you should know, is that when your subscription runs out, if you choose not to renew it, it's not like you don't have access to your files in that anymore. So anything that you've created, they still will give you access to. You just won't any longer have the tools to edit them and that sort of thing. But it's not like all your documents all of a sudden disappear the day you decide you're not going to have Microsoft Office 365 anymore, if you just make that decision at all.
I've got a good one for you.
Oh, gosh. Let's talk about ironing again.
I was going to say it's not much part of the shirt tomorrow. Gerald would like to know, can Firefox browser be used on this?
A great question. Let me double check and see. I think that it's on the Windows Store, but let me look right now.
Good. Thank you to Gerald. If you have any questions, I know that you might need that question answering sooner rather than later, since the offer and the quantity are about to run out. Gold, we're about to call sold out. White is also now nearly sold out with fewer than 400 units left. And of course we have the silver, which was the one I picked up earlier today. Whichever way you look at it, it's just a killer deal. Spoil Dad for Father's Day. Spoil Mom for Mother's Day. Mother's Day tomorrow. Get this and tell Mom, put in the card that a brand new HP laptop is winging its way to her. Maybe it's a birthday or graduation gift, or somebody who is next year going to school or college and you want to get them prepared and set up for success, giving them the right tools that they need. I'm struggling to realize anything that this doesn't have. I mean, I can only tell you from a personal point of view, I picked this up at midnight today because I was fed up of us sharing one computer at home. I was fed up of my son always wanting to go on, and play ABC Mouse. I was fed up of not being able to get on and do work that I needed to do. So I wanted to buy a new laptop. And at $349, I couldn't ignore it, with the Word in Excel and the accidental damage and the tech support and all that, the backlit keyboard and the fast charge and the webcam. It was just a no-brainer. And I've probably presented 1,000 laptops with Aaron over the past 12 years here at HSN. This is the first new laptop we've bought in the Freeman household in the past 4 or 5 years. I don't think you can beat this or its value.
You know, I want to answer that question.
Firefox.
You can download the Firefox browser, but if you do, you have to take it out of Windows S mode to do it. So it's not something that's available on the Windows Store right now, but for those of you who are advanced users, if you're downloading Firefox, you're probably a really advanced user, and if so, you may very well take it out of S mode anyway, because it frees up some other opportunities for you to do things that, again, more advanced PC users might do.
So Aaron, when it comes to battery life, fast charge, on the go,
Unbeatable.
This is an awesome opportunity.
Here's the thing. For 99% of people, I was at 98% of people in the world. So for those of us who need to do our email every day, who love to watch movies, who want to do Netflix, who want to do Hulu, who want to watch Prime, who want to watch HSN Live, for those of us who want to use our webcam to talk to our friends and family, for those of us who have a lot of work to do, I can't find Microsoft Office, there it is. Thank you, sir. For those of us who want to do Word and Excel and PowerPoint and Access and Outlook and all of those kind of things, this computer beats so many that are so much more expensive. There is probably 1 or 2% of people out there, maybe someone who is an engineer or someone who needs really, really intensive gaming, who's going to game 8 hours a day. If you're those people, you already know that you need a computer that's a really specialized computer. But for those of us who are in school, for those of us who work every day and need to use very popular programs like QuickBooks or programs, again, like Outlook, any of the Microsoft programs, this is a solution that is so much less expensive and so much faster. This is a full version. I want to be really clear about this. And in fact, maybe we could hop into my computer again here for just a sec. This is a full version of Windows 10. So everything that you get on any Windows computer, whether it's Cortana, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner here, here's Cortana. You can now talk to your computer. You can search for things by talking to your computer. You can go into your settings, you can go into your documents, you can go into your photos. We've got the Microsoft Action Center on the bottom right, so it's really easy to access, again, all of your settings and your airplane mode and your network and those sort of things. On the bottom left-hand corner, there's your Windows Start menu. So again, all of the things that are in all Windows PCs, but there's this extra layer of security, this extra layer of protection called S mode that's built in as well, and you don't pay additional for it. So it gives you what I'll call lifetime security, because that's what it is. This is a computer that can't get a virus. No viruses, no spyware, no malware, no Trojans, none of that stuff. But it's a computer that still, we'll hop in just for one more second here, it's a computer that still can run 7 or 8 programs at the same time. It's a computer that still, for example, I've got PowerPoint open here, right? PowerPoint is one of the programs that comes along with Microsoft Office 365. Anyone who's used PowerPoint knows it's a bit of a power pig. It uses a lot of consumption power. It's a little bit piggy when it comes to using the power of your computer. Look at this. You see how smooth the transitions are from slide to slide. You would think you were at an observatory right now, not using a $350 computer to look at these slides of the planet. So I wouldn't for a minute hesitate because you're concerned about power or speed.
I know what Debbie's concerned about.
Tell me.
Debbie's concerned about how many pictures can be stored on the memory.
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. So there's a 64 gigabyte hard drive, probably 50,000-ish. I'll get a better number for you, but tens and tens and tens of thousands, certainly. And one more thing, that's on the built-in hard drive. And again, I'll give you a better number than that in just a minute, but many tens of thousands. I just have to do some math in my head to figure that one out. This is an SD card slot. So with the SD cards, if for any reason you ever want to store more than you can store on the already built-in 64 gigabyte storage memory, you can pop in an SD card slot. Do you know how inexpensive SD cards are, right? I mean, they're essentially disposable. They're very inexpensive. You can pop in an SD card that instantly upgrades your memory. Most of us store our big files offline now. We used to all store a bunch of movies on our computers. Now we stream them all. I mean, it's the easier way, it's the faster way to do it. If you still want to store those on your computer, absolutely. You just pop in a memory card and you'll have a ton of room and you can expand it essentially infinitely. You can have as many memory cards as you might want.
We have a bit of a late breaking news flash. 18 minutes left in this hour. Sorry, 15 minutes left. 100 only in the gold. Only 100 more customers can order the gold before it is officially sold out. So if this is the one you got to have, our brushed gold, our pale gold, our beautiful executive gold, 100 more only. There are no advanced orders or extended deliveries. If you dial now, you'd get one, but if you wait more than another 5 or 10 minutes, obviously it will be completely gone. If you would like to speak to us, we'd love to say hi to you. 1-866-376-8255. Tell us which color you picked up. Tell us why you picked it up. Was it because it can't get viruses? Was it because the price is so low? Was it the backlit keyboard? Was it because you get the tech support and the accidental damage for a year and the Microsoft Office for a year? Was it the software? What was the reason that got you to order yours? For me, it was the entire package at an irresistible price. We're going to bring the lights down for you momentarily as well, so you can see exactly that backlit keyboard that I think was really the icing on the cake for me at midnight. We've done lots of laptops with backlit keyboards, don't get me wrong, but they're normally the $599, $699 range.
Absolutely. I mean, the first backlit keyboard I sold at HSN was a $1,000 computer, and I didn't have a backlit keyboard at that time. Now that I have personally own a computer since last March with a backlit keyboard, I'll never have another kind of computer in my life. I mean, that really is the difference that it makes. So you see right now, I have turned it on fully. A cool thing on this computer, if you press that button again, it puts it down to half power, and then you press it again, it turns it off entirely. But there's your full backlit keyboard. So if your kids are taking a class, or if you're taking a class and the professor turns the lights down to do a presentation, if you're on a plane, if it's a cloudy day, if you're in a library that isn't particularly well lit, I mean, there's so many circumstances. I thought I would only use it at night when I go to bed. I probably have my backlight on, I don't know, 50 to 60% of the time that I'm using my computer. It just makes the keys a little bit easier to see. And as Adam said, it's a feature that is mostly found on very high-end computers. Well, this is a pretty high-end computer, quite frankly. When you go through the solid state, when you think about the backlit keyboard, the HDMI port, that's something that you find in more expensive computers, high-definition built-in webcam. There's a lot of very high-end features here.
Guys, we're flooded right now with calls and questions.
Awesome.
I know we're kind of running out of time, and I want to answer everyone. Aaron's doing an amazing job as always. Can you use a Bluetooth mouse? Yes, you absolutely can. Do you need virus protection if you keep it in S mode? No, you
Absolutely
do not.
You can't use it, in fact. If you're in S mode, you can't it won't let you put virus protection on it. If you choose to go out of S mode, you absolutely can use any virus protection you'd like.
For the majority of us, would we ever choose to go out of S mode?
No.
No, okay, guys, it's as simple as that. It's a compelling reason to get it. Your laptop at home, your desktop at home might struggle with viruses, malware, spyware, Trojans. It might struggle with freezing and crashing and slow and buffering. That will not happen with this. There are people who are upgrading today just for that reason alone. With the new S mode, you cannot get a virus on this laptop. So you're gonna feel 110% locked down and secure. So maybe it's time to get rid of the old one and get a new one so you never have to worry about viruses. If you want gold, I have 30. 30. We were at 100.
Wow.
70 have just sold in the past 2 minutes. So if you want the gold, there are 30 now remaining. So a little over 2 dozen in the gold. We also have white, fewer than 400. And of course, the silver is the one that I picked up, which I just thought was a nice, easy color to go for. Whether I'm using it, the kids are using it, it's just a nice, nice color. Treat yourself to something, whether it's work or play, whether it's watching Netflix.
Is that a new show?
Probably. Okay. It's the knockoff version.
It's English.
Whether you're watching Netflix or playing games or on Facebook or Instagram, this is your everything laptop. So you don't have to share anymore. You can truly curl up on the sofa, get into bed, start shopping for that next summer vacation, knowing that this is your new laptop. You know, if it's going to be for a home-based business, fabulous. If it's for an online educational course, yes, yes, yes. It's got everything. Bluetooth, people want to know. Yes, you can use a Bluetooth mouse. Yes, this has the fast charge, so it's going to charge really quick. Yes, it has the built-in webcam. Yes, it weighs just about 3 pounds. The backlit keyboard, we said. I mean, Aaron, I'm struggling to find something that I'm not saying versus $700 laptops.
I know, yeah, that's a really good point. Hey, people, here's a good thing. People ask about an optical drive. What if there's not a DVD burner built into it? What do you do if you want to watch a DVD? There are a myriad of options of portable DVD drives that are USB drives. You just plug the little USB cable in, and then you have your optical drive. The advantage of not having an optical drive on your computer is that it's lighter, there's less to break. The battery lasts longer because there's not the movement that has to be dealt with when you have an optical drive built in. And frankly, as the world continues to evolve forward, while we certainly still have our DVDs, many of us do, most things are available now to stream. Most things are available online, so a lot of us don't want to carry on the weight of an optical drive. So that's a question that you might be asking, have been wondering about. I want to do two things, and then I want to hop into the computer, and then I know Adam's going to hopefully interrupt me all you want, all you can, because we love it, and I like it. I like it. Keeps it fun out here. We're answering your questions. He's monitoring your questions. Did you have one before I did my little thing?
Yeah, and it's Paula. You know, and she really raises a great point. Yeah. Paula says that she has some free antivirus from software that she previously purchased. Would it hurt to install it on here?
Yeah, it's not that it would hurt. It wouldn't let you do it.
It won't let you do it.
As long as you're going to stay in S mode, it won't even let you do it. It is utterly unnecessary and superfluous in S mode. You simply, and I know it's hard to get our minds around this because we've been telling, I am the guiltiest person in the world. It was an unknown offense at the time, but I said, every computer in the world, if you own a computer, you have to have antivirus. So we've all got our minds so, I think, entrenched in that. This is a sea change. If you're using this computer the way it is built and intended to be, if I bought this computer, while I could take it out of S mode, I wouldn't be scared to because I would just put Viper antivirus on it, it would be fine. I wouldn't. I would use the computer in S mode forever. That's how I would do it. There's nothing I need to do on the computer that I couldn't do in S mode. I'm a pretty intensive user. So, Paula, there simply is no need. Save that and use it on another computer.
A couple of other good ones. Shari asks, can it be used with a hotspot through a cell phone carrier?
Yes, 100%. Yes. It has full network capability. So you would go in the same way that you open up the options to join a network, you know, like when you go to a hotel, when you're not on your home network, it's really, really simple to do. And yes, you can use, this is a full 100%, pardon the word, normal computer. In every way, it's just an above normal computer in many other ways as well.
And another quick one. Oh, geez. Oh, yes. Ken asks, memory card slot. Oh, yeah. Can you use the memory card slot to increase the memory?
Yes, you can. That's exactly what it's designed to do. There also, by the way, there's also two USB ports. So you could also use a thumb drive if you wanted to, but most people would just pop in a little memory card. And yeah, that increases it like that. By the way, 64 gigabytes of memory, storage memory, are built in already. So for many of us, unless you're downloading a whole lot of movies, I don't really know how else you're going to fill that 64 gigabytes up, or a ton of video. I mean, a ton of photos. But if you are someone who likes to download to have them actually on your computer and not just stream your movies or a whole bunch of photos, you certainly can use the SD card slot to expand the computer.
So I mean, virtually, I think every question it's been a yes.
Can we have some water?
Quick fire round.
We love the questions, but I'm on the hot seat a little bit there.
But I think it's a joy when you can say yes to everything. I mean, that's what we're doing tonight. And with HSN, we've done our part with this FlexPay. We sell, I believe, still to this very day, more HP computers than any other single retailer in America. So HP give HSN some of the best deals that are out there. And that's why we can come to where, as we've done today, with this silly price. It's a silly price. I mean, it's $349. Not even $399. And just to put that in perspective, for $349, it is their brand new model, their brand new version that is sleeker, slimmer, stylish, of course. It is on-the-go performance like you wouldn't believe with the AMD A4 processor. The power to do more, no question about it. We mentioned whether it's a work or for play. I do want to also stress that with the AMD graphics card that's in here, Aaron, this is high performance for all of your multimedia aspects.
Yeah, we should talk about that for a minute. What AMD is really known for is their ability to process graphics. Right. What graphics mean to most of us is video. The videos, you know, you can't do a search online right now without a ton of video options popping up. So if video is slowing your computer down, AMD is the reason that your computer is going to be sped up, is going to move faster through all your graphic needs. To that point, if you're ready, if you want, well, two things. Close that computer for me, please.
Okay.
Two things.
Okay.
This first, okay? And open that computer for me, please.
Opening the computer.
I just needed a rest for a minute over here. Wanted to show you guys, that's another thing. You know, we talk about the power of AMD and the power of the solid state that's built in this. There are no moving parts. We get an update, don't we?
Which is why it's so fast. They're just telling me 4 minutes left before the end of the hour. 4 minutes left before the end of the hour. Aaron was supposed to be here for an additional presentation later in the next hour. I know that's up in the air. We might be doing it at the top of the hour instead, just because we're so limited in quantity. We got another quick question coming through from Debbie asking, what is the finish on the white? The finish on the white.
Oh, that's a great question. I would call that, gosh, it's kind of between a gloss and a brush. I'm not exactly, it's fingerprint, it's not a gloss. It's fingerprint friendly, so it's closer to a matte finish, but it's kind of a matte with a little bit of shine. Let me turn it to the side if you're looking at the television right now. Look, you can't see a print anywhere on it, so it's sort of, not glossy, but not entirely flat, sort of in between.
There you go, it's a little bit of everything. Again, we're saying yes, it's what you want it to be. It gives you that perfect protection against fingerprints. Paula, you're more than welcome. She says that we both rock and we appreciate it.
Thanks.
So thank you to you for that. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's every reason to do it. If I could tell you that Aaron would be back on next week with a laptop at $399, I mean, you might want to hold off. He's not. If I could tell you that Aaron would be back in October, November, December on Black Friday with a laptop that beats this deal, you might want to hold on. He isn't, and there's not. This is the only one of the year when we have hit a $349 price tag and are including, where does it go?
Yeah,
there it
we
is.
keep losing it. You'd think we could get two of the boxes, but
we just shared the one.
We'll cut it in half.
It's like gold dust.
We're gonna split the baby.
You get Microsoft Word with it, Microsoft Excel with it, Microsoft PowerPoint with it, Microsoft Outlook with it. That's included at no additional cost. When you order it before midnight tonight, we also include all official HP, accident damage protection, spills, cracked screens, broken hinges. The only time we've offered that is when it's a separate purchase, and boy, does everybody buy it, because everybody wants to protect the investment. You don't need to buy it, it's included. It's included. And then to get the year of tech support, oh my gosh, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can call and they will answer the questions for you. You know, we've offered technical support many times in the past, not from HP. And there's obviously a benefit there, is that the people that you are calling are exclusively dealing with HP products, so they are so knowledgeable about it. So I hope we've managed to convince you, just like Aaron convinced me at midnight. I want to tell you, it was probably around 25 past 12. It took you about 25 minutes to convince me to get it.
I'm glad it wasn't too easy. I need to feel like I put in a little effort.
I wanted to hear everything, but I was certainly sold on it, and I hope you are too. I was excited to get in and kind of touch and feel it with my own hands, and play around with it while Aaron's been chatting with you, and I am over the moon.
What was your biggest surprise?
Honestly, the weight.
I knew that was what you would say. Because I just don't think most people have felt a computer that looks, and it does feel solid.
Sure.
But it's so lightweight. I mean, it's a featherweight computer.
It is magnificent. But you know what I love? Aesthetically, very pleasing, but just the materials used.
They're nice,
the
aren't they?
quality when you close it down, the hinges, it's soft close. I mean, it's a beautifully made product. You could tell me it was the retail value of $821, and I'd understand why the retail value was that price.
Particularly once you've touched it,
yes,
right? I mean, once you've kind of handled it, you feel, here's another example. There's so many